So, welcome back to the Crafternoon Podcast. Today we have a really exciting episode because I am joined by the lovely Indah.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the
Hello.
podcast.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited that you've taken the time to join us for this, and I'm already looking at all of the pretty journals and things and crafty bits on your shelf. Tell us a bit about your hobbies and your passions.
Oh, okay. So, first of all, thank you, Meg, for inviting me to this Crafternoon podcast. Thank you for having me. It's an honor. And yeah, so everybody, hello. My name is Indah, and on the internet, I go by Rookie Journal. And one of the things that I do is pen paling, and I also do journaling and a bit of painting at the moment. I'm in my painting era.
With pen paling then, because that's
Yeah,
something we really wanted to chat to you about because I feel like
yeah.
you are the pen paling expert at this point with all of the beautiful like envelopes that you share on your page. So how did you get into pen paling? How long have you been pen paling for?
Thank you. So I actually started pen paling in early 2022, and the story behind it is a bit sad, actually. So in 2022, it was the time when I just moved back from Australia to Indonesia. So I used to live in Australia, and we lived in a very small town over there. So when COVID hit, we weren't really affected, I would say, because when there was a case, we went full lockdown right away, like straight after. So we recover in like 1 or 2 weeks. And after that, I don't think we have many cases. So we recover very quickly and everything just went back to normal very, very quickly. So I've never ever worn a mask for COVID over there. Yeah, because in Australia they shut the border between states. So we were very isolated, I
Oh,
would say.
okay, yeah.
But the good thing is we don't have like COVID cases. And so yeah, it's super normal over there. And when I was in Australia, I was a very social person. Like I was very extrovert, and I'm not too sure why it's changed now, but it's very active over there doing theater and dancing and everything and working as well. So when it was the time that I need to go back to Indonesia, so I lived in Indonesia now. The COVID cases in Indonesia was very intense. There were very high COVID cases. It was in at the end of 2021. So yeah, very, very high cases. And then plus I don't live in my hometown here. So all of my family and friends are in the hometown and me and my husband just like separate from them. So I felt very lonely at that time and very isolated as well. And I think if anything, I was very shocked because of the different environment because it was very, very normal back there in Australia. And then when I came here, it's so difficult to even go outside our house. And then with the restriction, and then also people in Indonesia were very, how do I say it? But we are very close. Like we like to hang out, meet up, and then we couldn't do it anymore. And it was kind of like a shock for me and also isolated with my husband. And most of the jobs that I could find do work from home situation. I know from for some people it was like a great a great time to work from home, but at that time for me I was kind of like feel weird about it because I haven't done it before and everyone seems normal doing it and talking to a screen feels so I'm not too sure how to say it, but it's so different. I mean, it's fine
Yeah.
when I can see the person, but most of the time people don't turn the camera on. And I was just talking to a black blank screen. I was like, I couldn't see you. Who are you? Something like that. So I could say that I wasn't in the best mental health for the very, very first time in my life at that time. And I was so lucky. My husband was very, very supportive. He was like, "Girl, we just moved here. Like, take your time, and then just find something that you really, really like. Find a hobby and so on. Don't think too much about the situation and work and everything." So I was thinking, okay, what do I like? The things that I like consist of people. I like to do theater and then also dancing and everything. And I was just thinking, what do I like? And then I remember I did bullet journaling for a bit when I was in Australia. Just like really simple bullet journaling. And then I feel like, okay, maybe I can do that while planning something that I wanted to do at that time. So I browsed around bullet journaling and then, whoa, it's so beautiful. Like there's so many bullet journaling accounts at that time. So I remember one account, it's Heda from Mochi Bujo. She has this many bullet journaling videos, and one of the video is actually about pen paling, and I was like, "Oh, what is this? Okay, let me have a look." And then I think I was very, very hooked from that video because I feel like, oh, it's so interesting that you can make a new friendship while being isolated, but still having a little bit of in-person interaction, I would say, with the tangible things that I receive. So that's how I started pen paling because I want the physical interaction and tangible things, not just text message or video call. It's just different. I'm not too sure how to explain it, but just seeing the writing and then thinking someone actually writes this and
Yeah,
then like,
yeah.
oh my God, this is like it's so special. I feel so special. And then people taking the time to write with their words. And yeah, I was so hooked and that's how I started. That's how I, okay, let's find a pen pal. That's how
Oh
I started.
wow. That's really cool. I love that you kind of been able to use that as a way of like connecting with people.
Yeah,
And having that, yeah, like you said, that physical, like tangible item, because
tangible.
I feel like
Yeah,
everything's so digital these days with like
yeah,
social media and things, and having that old school, even just like not replying straight away, like you're taking the time
the
to like let me
time.
think about like what I want to say and the things I want to
Yeah.
share. And I mean, you put together these extravagant packages and envelopes, so what's the process when you're putting one of those together?
So the process, at first, it's very, very simple. Just usually, just the essence of pen paling is the writing on a paper. So usually, I started with the letter first because that's how I want to focus on. Let's focus on what I want to write, and then usually the process is making the letter first and then making the envelope. I think that's the most exciting part. I mean, except beside the letter, but like making the envelope itself is really, really exciting because it kind of challenged my creativity. Like, okay, what can I do? And especially when I first started, of course, I didn't have a lot of supplies. And I remember the very first pen pal that's sending a letter to me is also quote unquote a beginner. Like she hasn't do pen paling before. And then I remember receiving her letter. She painted the envelope, so she actually didn't use any stationery supplies other than junk from her home and also painting. And I think that really challenged me. Like, okay, I can actually do beautiful things with the things that I have. So yeah, I I think making the envelope is very, very exciting because of the challenge of that. And but now I have supplies. Of course, I like to use it as well.
It's very
But
easy to suddenly like just
it's
accumulate all this stuff, isn't it?
yeah. But yeah, that's the second things that I do. And then after that I prepare some goodies. I think that's also interesting because I like to send something that is from Indonesia. Yeah, just anything from Indonesia, maybe postcard or a bookmark that is made from local fabric or some crafts from Indonesia, and tea as well. I like to send tea, and usually a bit of stationery as well. But mostly I always try to send something from Indonesia.
Oh, I love that, the idea of getting something from somewhere else in the world. So
Yeah.
with you just starting out then, I suppose, how did you find somebody to pen pal with?
I found most of my pen pal from Instagram. So just find from hashtag and also from sometimes when we type pen pal, it comes with a lot of pen paling accounts. So that's how I usually find it. And yeah, through Instagram mostly.
And how many, I suppose you probably don't have a number of like how many people you've pen pal with, but I'm assuming you've pen pal with people from all over all
Yeah.
over the world.
Yeah, all of my pen pals are from overseas. Like none of them are from Indonesia. And I think one of the things that I realized is I like to get to know people from different part of the world just to see like how similar we are or how different we are, even though we are living in a very, very different part of the world and the way of living as well. I think that's what fascinated me the most. And for the amount of pen pal, I think I have about 15, but half of them mostly reply to me only once or twice in a year. And I think that's also because we are so far from each other. Like a letter can go there like 2 months or even 3 months for some. So yeah. But yeah, half of them we just exchange once or twice a
Oh, but
year.
that's still sweet though to like keep in touch, and I suppose then you've got a bit more to kind of respond to
Yeah.
in their letters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still in touch with the first person that you were pen paling with?
Yes, she's actually not do pen pal anymore because of circumstances, but we were really close. We like to video call with each other and then like text message, and yeah, I really wanted to meet her actually. But yeah, she's from Japan, and
Oh wow.
although we don't pen pal anymore, but we still keep in touch. And yeah, but I have met my pen pal in real life. Two of my
Oh,
pen
have
pals,
you?
actually. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's so interesting as well.
Did they come over to Indonesia or did you visit them?
Yeah, they came to Indonesia. So,
Oh wow.
there are two of my pen pals that I have met in real life. So the first one is actually my friend when I was in Australia. So when
Mhm.
I was in Australia, I have a friend, and then she moved back to her home country first before me. And after that, she looked on my YouTube channel and she was like, "Oh, you do pen pal. Why don't we, do pen pal since we are so far from each other now, but we still want to keep in touch?" And I think that's also pen paling is also the great way to do that. Like if you have some friend that you met somewhere and then you are separated now, but you still want to keep in touch, but not like in an intense way with text message. I
Yeah.
think it is the perfect way. So yeah, she asked me to be her pen pal, like let's do pen pal. And then last year she came to my house and she was like, "Okay, I wanted to go to New Zealand, and how about I stop by at Indonesia?" I was like, "Okay, come to my house." So yeah, I met. So she came to my house in Indonesia, and then the second pen pal also wanted to go for a holiday to Australia, and then he was like, "Hey, how about I stop by in Indonesia and meet you?" Okay, cool. At first, I was nervous because I've never met this person before, but then I was like, "Okay, what could be worse? Let's just do it." Let's just do it. I was like, "Okay, cool." So yeah, we met up. So I met two pen pals in real life so far.
That's so cool. That's so cool. So is there a favorite supply, something that you always use in your either decorating
Okay.
or putting together things? Because I see such like intricate things that folding things, and it's a work of art, honestly.
Thank you. I think, okay, I'm looking at my supplies now. Um, but I think my go-to is this book page, like old book page like this, usually from old books. I know you have heaps
Oh
of
yeah.
things that I'm looking, so I like to use this as like a background. I think this is my go-to supplies. I feel like I like to put girl sticker as well, just like as a focal point. And I think those two are like my very, very go-to. And then recently I like to put things related to Happy Mail, like I know you're sick of me hearing about it probably until now, but this stamp,
Oh, it's so
this
cute.
yeah,
It's so cute.
like this Kuma stamp. I think I like recently I really love things that related to mail, like the mail itself, and then also it's the thing about sorry, a little bit out of topic, but the thing about pen paling is I cannot keep it, like keep the envelope, like keep my art in a way because I sent it away, so I cannot show it to you. But I also like to make the envelope like in a traditional envelope with blue and red stripes.
Oh yeah, like the airmail.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like the airmail. So yeah, that's my go-to supplies.
I always think when I see the decorated envelopes, I just imagine the post workers who like maybe
Oh
don't
yeah,
quite get it. I'm like,
yeah,
imagine what they think seeing all this like amazing artwork coming through the system.
yeah. I because I like to hand in myself instead of um putting in a mailbox, and then I always see them like looking at it and then go, okay, I actually have one on hand, so something like this. Yeah, I haven't sent it out, but yeah, sometimes I like to see the postie like just looking at it. What is it? Something like that. And just like, okay, it's fine, it's fine. But then this is how I usually um send my letter. So with the all the decorated elements, I like to use like just a plastic, and this is the label to put the address. So with this, it won't ruin the decoration.
Because I was going to ask, like, how do you obviously make sure that they're safe going through? Because I'd
Yeah.
be worried about them getting like damaged or something. That's so smart.
Yeah, so this is how I do it.
And then
Just
you can
like
keep the stamps and the decoration. Like,
exactly.
that's
Exactly.
that's so cool.
Yeah, so that's how I do it. Just like a plastic from, like a packaging, you usually receive this. So yeah, that's how I do it.
So was pen paling your kind of gateway into all your other journals, or had you kept journals previously?
Oh yeah, I think the first thing is doing pen paling, and then when you type about pen paling and all the creative things in YouTube, you are exposed with other things as well. So I
Yep.
think from that, from that, I was like into journaling as well, something like keeping the memory. I like the idea of keeping memory in a book because I like to take pictures. And yeah, one day I was like, it's just sync in my phone. And even to find something, it's very hard to find it. Like I need to scroll down to find it. And I was like seeing on YouTube people do scrapbooking, and I was like, okay, I think this is a really nice idea because I like to taking pictures, and I think I just love the idea of memory keeping, I think. Yeah. But yeah, that happens after the pen paling.
Wow. So you've only been like journaling like this for a few years,
Yeah.
and you've already got like so many amazing. I thought you'd been journaling for years and then you just like started
No.
pen paling. That's what I thought happened. Oh wow.
No, but when I was in like primary school, like I like to keep a diary, but I burned all of them. No, I actually because it was so embarrassing when I read it again. Yeah, I
I
actually
feel
burned
you. I
them.
feel you.
I actually burned them. So when I was in primary school, I have journal to keep, and I think it only started in primary and then stopped in middle school, like year 8, and then I was reading it again. I was like, what is this? Like it's so embarrassing. What did I do? Like I burned it.
We're all the same, aren't we?
Yeah,
Like all
I
that like
burned it.
angsty stuff and like
Yeah, because I didn't want my mom to read it. And because mom likes to tidying up my room and everything. I was like, I don't want my mom to read this. I just burn it. And then ever since then, I never journal until after pen pal till recently.
So what was the first journal then that you used when you were restarting?
I think it's just the bullet journal, like
Oh,
the
okay,
yeah
yeah.
bullet journaling stuff. At first, I kind of combined them in a way, but yeah, I think I like a bigger one. So I just made it out of cereal box. I watched tutorial on YouTube, and then yeah, I love bigger journal to put photos because I think I'm such a visual person. I like to put big photos. So yeah, now it's like a handmade journal that I make.
And so you keep a bit of like scrapbook vibes and it's all just like memory keeping and all
Memory
sorts of
keeping usually. Yeah.
yeah. I can't believe you just went straight into like I'm gonna start making these journals and
Yeah.
straight in with all the hobbies. I love
Yeah. Well,
that.
yeah, my husband told me to find a hobby. There you go. 5 hobbies.
I love that because now you could be like, okay, and now I need all these craft supplies. You told me to find a
Exactly.
hobby.
Exactly. And then, well, it started as a joke. I was saying to my husband, you know what? I think we need to start to have kids because it wouldn't be cool to have a journal dedicated to, our child, our children. And my husband was like, okay, so you want a child for a project? Like something like that. Well, you told me I need to have a hobby and project, so there you go. But now we really want a kid. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's just a
Oh.
joke. But
Well, you've got your own like art studio that you're designing now, aren't you?
yeah,
Which
it's
is so
in the
cool.
process. It's in the process. So we have like a small house in the back, and it's been always the plan to have like a guest house in the back, and then upstairs we always plan it to be something for me, whether it is a dance studio or art studio, but because I'm not into dancing anymore and more into this, and I said to my husband, let's just make art studio over there. And then he was like, okay, let's do it. So yeah, I'm a lucky bean.
I love that because now you're like, I can design, like, I've seen you've posted on Instagram, haven't you? All the like
Yeah,
designs of like the custom like shelves. Because that
yeah,
must be so cool if you're like, okay, I want to organize things like exactly how I want them, like specific
yeah.
to all your supplies. Because like, how do you organize your supplies now if you've got all of this pen paling stuff and your journal stuff and all your different hobbies?
Yeah, it's really a mess at the
Oh,
moment.
okay.
I mean, I have my journals over there, and then I only have one desk, which is over here, this desk, and then it's just with my sewing machine there, and then just my supplies over there, and then there's like shelf in front of me that's just full of supplies for making journals and also letters, fabrics. But I think it's very good to start with limited items, I would say. Like I mean when I first moved to Indonesia, I lived in an apartment, like a small apartment. So I only used like a corner of the apartment. And then I think when we started from a very limited space, it makes us know what we want and what we need. And then also now I moved to a house, but I'm still using the spare room. And then I didn't put any permanent items here, so just like a shelf that I can move around. I think from here I kind of know what I want. So when we were designing the art studio, now I know what I want and how the organization system that I think might work for me. So I will have like a separate filming space because I only have one desk now, so I do filming here, I do sewing here, I do journaling
It's
here,
a
pen
struggle,
paling
isn't
here.
it? Yeah. I keep
Yeah.
thinking, I'm like, I need a separate desk because once I've like filmed or I've just like sat down to create, I'm like, oh, there's all this mess. And do I really want to tidy it now to come and
Yeah,
like
that's
put
it,
my laptop on it?
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, and then I used to edit my video also here, but now I'm using my husband's computer. So it's a different space, but yeah, it's all. So I think I need two desks. But yeah, at the moment it's just like shelf that I can move around, and then desk and then shelf. That's it.
So fairly like, restrained and like organized. I think that's organized, Inda. So did you just go full like down a rabbit hole then? Because obviously you've got like the fabric with the journals now, and you're making the journals. Like
Mm.
I feel like you've just fully committed, and you're like, give me all of the creative hobbies.
Yeah, just go into the rabbit hole of it, and I'm just curious how to do it, and then just try different kind of things. Like I try to do this kind of binding, like even just to make a different other than other journals, like maybe from the binding, like crisscross binding, and also I hope they don't fall out. Okay. Stay there. Like open binding like this, so it's like
Oh
open
wow.
and then put beads in it. I like to play around with the spine,
Hmm.
and yeah, that's that's how I do it usually. And then with fabric, let me see. Yeah, this is my journal. I like to make a hole like a window so I can put something else. But yeah, just put in a rabbit hole on it and then try other things from fabric, from crisscross binding, from open spine binding. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And
Yeah.
I can really see from like how when you were getting into the pen paling and the sort of tactile, like physical items
Mm,
being important to you, you can really see how that's like progressing through the journals you're making with like the
yeah.
open binding and like the beads and stuff. Everything is all
Mm,
like textured and
yeah.
where do you get all your supplies from?
Usually just a local shop here. There are so many local fabric shop here, and even there's a shop that specifically sell the, I don't know what's the word in English, but like the, when a garment's almost finished, almost nearly finished, and then they
Oh,
don't
okay,
they
yeah.
don't produce it anymore. So like the leftover from the design. Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
there's even a shop that specifically sell that. So I like to buy it from them. And then like off cut. I think that's the word, isn't it? Off cut.
Yeah, yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's the
say
word.
it's true like junk journal
Yeah,
vibes at this point.
yeah, yeah, off cut fabric. That's usually I buy my fabrics from, and also same with like cardboard and everything, and beads. Just like from a craft store here, I usually just buy it from local because I think like many resource in here, which is I'm so grateful for it, and I don't think I've ever buy supplies for making journals from overseas. No, I don't think so. With the pen paling, um, yes, with the stationery, but like for this one, for example, I made it mostly out of junk. Like this one is from the alphabet from packaging.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that one. And then this is the map brochure that
Oh, so that's like
yeah.
an actual map from sort of locally to
Yeah, it's
you. Oh,
from
that's so
travel. This one
cool.
is from travel
Yeah.
when I was in Australia actually. So
Mm.
at the airport they have travel
Oh,
brochure.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I took four because I don't feel like one is enough.
You're like one for me, one for the pen pal, one for my
Yeah.
stash.
One for the journal. So I took four. Hence why I could make this. And then in my pen palette, I also like to make a flip book or like a pocket in a way. So this is a pocket from tea packaging, actually. Let me show you.
Oh, wow. Oh, with the tea bag. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So this is the packaging from the tea, like the box. And
Mm-hmm.
then the tea bag is for pockets to store goodies. So this is how I like to challenge myself because I have a lot of junk that I keep, and I was like, okay, what should I do to empty this box? So this is one of
How can I
them.
pass my junk on to other people in a creative way?
This one.
But that's so nice
And
because then somebody can
yeah,
like reuse that then
yeah.
in their journal or like, adding bits to it.
And
That's
as
what
an
I'm imagining.
organization as well, if they want to journal outside, things to keep like a pocket. And then I like to send her the actual tea as well, so she can taste how it is like. And in my pen, so I will show you what's in my pen palette. And
It's
usually
like
something
what's in my
what's in my
bag, but
bag because I
yeah,
want
but the journal
what's in
version.
my pen palette. So the first is the envelope itself, and then the junk, the pockets, tea, and something from Indonesia. It's also this one is from Indonesia. Like the tea itself
It's so
is
pretty.
yeah, it's from 1938. It's a really, really popular OG tea brand, I would say. And also this is a postcard from a local illustrator here in my city. So I want to send this. It's about like Balinese girl, and this is the letter itself. So it's just a card actually. And because this is for the pen pal that I often write my long letter to, so I know I will write a long letter. So I bind the paper, like binding it
Oh,
into like a booklet.
yeah.
Oopsie. And then I use the bits of the packaging as a tuck spot to store the goodies. And then yeah, just like a really, really long letter and another tuck spot from the packaging, so it's kind of like cohesive to each other. So yeah, that's how my pen pal letter usually consists of.
That's so creative. I love the almost making like a little mini journal in the card.
Yeah,
I've not seen
yeah,
that
and cup.
before. I love that.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, and then just decorate it here and there, but mostly just the letter itself, like the writing. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So you kind
Oh,
of
thank
challenging
you.
yourself to sort of make something different, like what can I do differently creatively each time, I
Yeah,
suppose.
and then I also in almost every of my pen pal with me video in my YouTube channel, I always put tutorial on how to make this kind of thing, like pocket or flip book. And yeah, there are so many of them. Like usually I try to um play around with one piece of paper and see how I can fold it into many different kind of flip book or pocket. So yeah, there are many tutorials that I put
Oh,
there. That's how I like to play around with my pen palette.
well, we'll leave those linked down below because I
Oh,
mean,
thank you.
I'm sure if anybody's listening now is probably itching to start making something. I mean, I'm already like, what can I make now with the things that are around me? I feel like that's just how we are, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
So, you said earlier that you are in your painting era. So, tell us a bit about that.
I don't know how it started, but I started to again follow and being exposed by other part, any other hobbies, any other creative outlet, and I've never considered myself to be able to draw or paint because I always suck at art class when I was in high school, and I'm bad at proportion. So I've never considered myself to start doing it actually. And then recently I like to look at my Instagram feed, and so many artists really doing it's the art that is not realistic,
Oh, like
if
more
you know what I mean.
abstract.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
abstract, so it's not too realist, and it's still so beautiful and cool. So I was like, oh, that kind of art is also exists, like it's also beautiful and fun. So I feel like that kind of art is really liberating to not feeling so perfectionist about our art. So I started to try do that. I just scribble and then learn from YouTuber as well. And I also bought an art class from an artist and try to make something. Like I bought a floral art class, so she teach how to simplify things, and I think that's how I like to learn about painting and drawing, is how to simplify things, because I always get intimidated with art that is really surrealist, like really realistic, like how can you do it? But with simplify things really make it doable, and it turns out great as well. So that's how it started, actually seeing the abstract art. And then now, yeah, I bought that art class and I started doing it, and I was like, oh, I actually can do it. Like, who knows? So, yeah, that's how I started. And I also starting the illustrative people class. So after floral, I am learning how to draw people, and I think that's really, really challenging because I'm bad at proportion. So let's see how I go.
It's all practice though, isn't it? And I loved
Yeah.
seeing your flowers, and you even made them into stickers, which I thought
Yes,
was
I
so cool.
do. I do. Because in that art class, there's a lesson about how to digitize our artwork. And then in that lesson, she give example with printing it on fabric. And I was like, oh, I can do it in stickers and be my be my stationery supply. So that's yeah, like I need it.
I
Oh,
love that. It says, need a new sticker. It's like, hold on, let me just draw this.
yeah, let me just draw this. And especially there's the print shop is actually close to my house. So it's like let me just go there and then see what I can find, the material and everything. So yeah, that happens.
I'm excited to see what else you're going to be
Thank
painting
you.
and sharing.
Still a practice. Like I'm still practice and usually just following the instruction first, and then after that I'm trying to explore with that instruction myself. But yeah, thank you.
So, for anybody who is interested in getting into the world of pen paling, all these
Mm.
beautiful journals that you make, do you have any tips, any advice for getting started?
Yeah, for getting started, you can actually start doing it with your family member. I got a lot of comments that saying the very first experience of their pen paling journey or writing letter with exchanging letters with their grandparents when they were kids. And I think it's really wholesome to hear that. And I think if you want to start it, and if you're not comfortable enough with strangers, because it's sometimes uncomfortable as well for some people. But I think start it with your family members is the way to go if you want to start it and not comfortable yet with strangers. But if you're ready to go into that way, you can find people on Instagram. There are so many people looking for pen pals as well. And I also have a post about pen pal search where people looking for pen pals through comment section. So you can see on the comment section people are introducing themselves and looking for pen pals. And I think you can have a look over there and see what kind of pen pal do you want. Sometimes people don't want to pen pal with um, probably below 18 years old or prefer something in your age range. So I think it's a really great place to start to see that. When you want to start journaling, it's just really what you want to do, like, or what you want to focus on. If you want to just, copy and paste flipping from magazine or memory keeping. What I do is mostly memory keeping, and just start with what you have. Like I started with just the bullet journal like book, and then after that I know what I want. If you want something bigger or smaller, and then you can start from there. Find the journal that fits with your liking, and then also the kind of like the not the topic, but like the way you want to journal. Maybe it's just copy paste or writing or put photos. Yeah, something like that.
That's all really good advice, and it's so lovely to hear how you've kind of come full circle of like originally wanting to find that connection and community. And
Mm,
of course, we have such amazing like pen paling and journaling community here
Yeah.
online on YouTube, and obviously that's how um, we just spoke on Instagram, didn't we? And I was like,
Mhm.
hey, like let's chat on the podcast, and it's so nice to be able to chat to you and hear all about your creative hobbies.
Oh,
So
yeah.
thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you so much, Meg. And yeah, just um maybe if I want to say one more thing about pen paling, and I
Yeah, of
think
course.
in this, as you said before, like in this digital age where people communicating in instant with text message, DM on Instagram, I think pen paling is really for me, it's a therapy. I was feeling very lonely and isolated at that time, and then pen paling really heals me in a way because it demands us to be in a moment, just writing, and we cannot do it while doing doom scrolling, if that makes sense. We have to focus on it. It is a practice as well to be in the moment and be intentional of what you're saying and what you're doing. And that's how I feel about pen paling and why it is so dear to me, because it demands that kind of practice to be more intentional and doing something with care in a way, because obviously when you write you really think first what you want to write. And yeah, I think that's what I want to say about pen paling. It's a therapy for me. And then also for someone who's not speaking English as a first language, it is also a practice as well for me. And I also exchange language with one of my pen pal. So she's from Finland, and we like to exchange vocabulary. So she sent me in Finnish, and I sent to her in Indonesian. So I think if you want to, get to know someone from other cultures, and then also learning language, it is also a way to do that in like a very casual way. It is also, making a friendship as well. And
Yeah.
who knows, if I have a chance to go to the UK and then meet you, and then we can, hang out
Yeah,
together. And
exactly.
yeah, it's a chance to have a travel buddy.
It's been lovely to hear about how you've got into this and just to
Yeah.
chat with you more because obviously like I said we DM on Instagram and stuff, so it's really cool
Yeah.
to chat in person and hear about all this, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how your art studio turns
Okay.
out.
Hopefully soon. It's still in the production stage. It has a lot of delays, but it's going well now, so we'll see.
So for anybody who wants to follow you, where can we find
Yeah.
you?
On Instagram, it's Rookie Journal and with underscore and Rookie Journal underscore, and on YouTube, it's just Rookie Journal.